Hey everybody, it's me Chrissy. Good morning. So I just thought I'd pop on and make another video and just give a little bit more content, just so I've got something going on before I hit my airport. Sorry about the glare in my glasses. The sun is shining nice and bright in the windows this morning. So I'm just getting up. I kind of slept in. Well, I didn't really sleep in. I've been laying here watching television on my phone, but I kind of slept in. I leave in 2 days to go back to Colorado to see my husband, who I haven't seen in 3 months. I haven't seen Dan since May. And I miss him terribly. I miss my puppy too, Callie. But I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about what I got going on. Okay, so my camper is completely renovated other than a kitchen wall and new flooring that my husband's going to put in. So my fifth wheel is ready to be lived in. It is good to go. It's got everything it needs, and I could overwinter in it if I wanted to. I'm not going to. This is my cat, Riley. I adopted this kitty this summer, and he has become my best friend, Riley Gray. He was named in honor of Riley Green, my favorite country artist right now, and this is his little namesake, Riley Gray. Anyway, everybody's at work today. I'm home alone at my daughter's house today. The only one that's home is Winter, my grandson, my 12-year-old grandson, and he is sound asleep and sleeping in, and probably had a late night playing in his man cave. He built a man cave this summer, his own kind of loft. Everybody else is at work. My grandson River's at work, my son-in-law David's at work, my daughter Stephanie's at work, and I am here all by myself, having a yogurt for breakfast, playing with my kitty, and getting my bags packed. Oh, not bags. I'm taking one little carry-on bag onto the airplane with me. I'm leaving all my luggage behind. So I got to pack my carry-on luggage today. So what else have I been doing all summer? I have been working out. The last couple of weeks I haven't worked out a whole lot, just your bare minimum. But all summer long I have been working out. I have been hooping. I have been putting in major step counts every day. I have been swimming, I have been kayaking, I've been camping, I've been scrubbing and cleaning and renovating an RV. I've been busting my booty to help get, prepared for the graduation party that my daughter held. I've just been doing everything I can to stay active, very, very active. As y'all know, about 6 years ago I got cancer, and it took me a few years to get through it. I was bedridden. I was very, very sick for a very long time. I got very sick after the cancer, even more so than I was with the cancer, because I got radiation poisoning, radiation sickness. I got very, very sick from my radiation treatments. Made me very, very ill. So about 2 years ago, I started, well, 2.5. About 2.5 years ago, I started feeling better. I got a clean bill of health from my doctors. They said even though I have Lynch syndrome, which is a genetic cancer syndrome, which means I'm very susceptible to cancers in my lifetime, they said they had no evidence of disease in my body. After multiple scans and blood tests and examinations, I was told that I was cancer-free. I mean, you can't ever really be cancer-free once you've had cancer. Once you've had cancer, the possibility exists that it'll come back and that it's still in there. However, they couldn't find it. They searched and they couldn't find it. So they told me, we're going to call you cancer-free. And so I decided, well, if I'm cancer-free, then I'm not going to live my life like a person who's sick anymore. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something with my life. And I started traveling and visiting my kids and seeing places that I wanted to see and doing things that I wanted to do and going to concerts that I wanted to, musicians I wanted to see, go VIP and meet. I just started having fun, basically is what I did. I decided to start practicing life. Instead of spending our years, my husband and I, working our butts to the grind, which is what we've been doing for the last 15 years that we've been in Colorado. That's all we've done is work in order to be able to survive out there, to be able to afford the high cost of living. It is very high. We live in Colorado Springs, which is a big tourist trap. Beautiful place, gorgeous city filled with all sorts of interesting, wonderful, fun things to do, but it's a tourist trap. I worked in the hotel industry for many years, and so did my husband, so it was perfect for us to be in that tourist trap. That's exactly where somebody who does my kind of work wants to be. There's a big industry for it there. But after I got cancer 6 years ago, I stepped away from my position. I just could not stand on my feet for 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 hours a day, depending on how many people called off and how many shifts I had to run and how many hats I had to wear, because I was the manager, a department manager. I worked as head of housekeeping for many years, and I also worked as front desk manager, or FOM, front office manager. So I spent a lot of time working, and I felt like that was my only life, was working. I didn't have time for grandkids. I didn't have time for my own kids. I didn't have time for anything. All I had time to do was work and take care of other people. So once I got cancer, I stepped away. When the cancer treatments got to be pretty hard on my body, I stepped away from my career. And my husband said, just stay home. Just be a stay-at-home mom, wife. See if you can find something to do online, you know, financially if you want to, but just stay home. So I've been home, but I haven't been without work. For the first couple of years that I was home, I worked for an insurance company. I worked for Cigna, and I worked in the claims department, and that was fine. I liked it. I made decent money. It was okay, but I didn't really like the work itself. You know, the people were nice. My bosses were nice. Everything was nice. The paycheck was nice. I didn't mind the customers, but I hated the work. I hate math. I'm not a strong math person, and I never really liked working in claims. I didn't. I couldn't stand it, to be honest. It was so boring. It was tedious, and I needed something different. So fast forward, multiple different online jobs that I did, couple different insurance agencies, you know, different things that I did. Started working as an affiliate for products that I liked. Opened up a TikTok shop. It does okay. I'm not breaking the bank with it, but it does okay. But then I decided, after more than 2.5 years laying on my back in bed because I was so sick with radiation poisoning and everything, I decided, you know what? I'm watching all these women and men lose weight online, Tiff and Carrie and several others, using an infinity hoop, using a weighted hula hoop. It looked fun, it looked easy, and it looked like something I could do at home, and I wouldn't have to go to a gym, and I wouldn't need to drive anywhere, and I wouldn't need to do anything. I could just put it on and swing it around while I listen to music or watch television or whatever, you know. So I got one, and I'll be damned. It worked. When I first bought my hoop, I was 297.6 pounds. That's almost 300 pounds. Yeah. You got to figure, I'm a woman who was about 120 pounds soaking wet up until she started having babies. I was always small. I'm only 4'10", 4'11" with my shoes on. So almost 300 pounds looked really, really bad on me. I looked really sickly and huge and uncomfortable, and just, I could barely move. I could barely get around. I could barely walk. I couldn't even walk upstairs. I couldn't go on hikes with my family. I didn't go to the pool. I didn't do anything. I laid around and watched TV and stuffed my face because I was depressed. Well, I got the hoop. I started using it. Took me a while to get the hang of it, at least 2 weeks. But once I got the hang of it, I started using it every day, 30 minutes minimum. Sometimes I would do 35. Sometimes I'd do 45. After about 3 months using the hoop, I was working my way up to about 2 hours of hooping a day in broken up segments. You know, I do a half an hour times 4. Fast forward now, it's been just over 2 years now. I think we're at about 26 months that I've been using an infinity hoop, and I am down to 130.1 pounds. 130, yeah. I'm nearly to the weight that I was before I ever had children. I was about 120 pounds back in the day, back in the 1980s when I was young and having babies. I'm almost there again, and this is at nearly 60 years of age. I'm going to be 59 in a couple of months. I no longer have a weight problem. I do have some loose skin, a little bit, and I'm working on that, toning it. I'm doing a lot of working out, trying to tone that skin, and using collagen and using different products that I'm finding on the market that are great. I love the elderberry cream. I love Maylee's. Get whipped, get toned. But what I'm finding is that I just feel better. I have more energy. I feel more like myself. I have better brain clarity, no more brain fog. I find that the symptoms of menopause that I was suffering just literally vanished. And that might be just because I outgrew it, but it might also be because I think having movement in my life is helping a lot. I guess what I'm trying to say is I for a long time, was one of those women that sat around and said, I'll never have a good body again. I was so cute in high school, and then I had kids. Once I got married, I married young, and my body went kaput. It did. I got huge. And then after having cancer, I had 4 cesarean sections, which makes it hard to lose weight when you've had your belly cut. You know, I had 4 cesarean sections to give birth to my children. I've got stepkids too, but I only gave birth to 4. And then I got cancer and had to have 2 surgeries for my cancer. One was an exploratory kind of surgery, and the other was a debulking, remove the cancer surgery. But then I went through radiation, immunotherapy, those sorts of things. Got very sick, gained a lot of weight. I went from like 120 pounds to almost 300 pounds over the course of those years. But over the last 2.5, I've lost it. I have. And people are asking me, what did you do to lose it? Did you just hoop? No, I didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't just hoop. I used an infinity hoop. I've been using the GLP-1 boost patches. I've been going to the gym when I can. I use dumbbells. I use resistance bands. I ride an exercise bike. I walk on a treadmill. I use a vibration plate. I have equipment. I do have a home gym, and I use it. I do. But I will say that I lost 100 pounds before I ever bought any gym equipment, before I ever went to a gym, before I tried any kind of anything. I lost 100 pounds using an infinity hoop and a proper diet. I have switched to nearly a full plant-based diet. I eat a lot of salads and a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. I don't eat starches. I try to stay away from potatoes. I try to stay away from carbs, bread. I stay away from dairy. I stay away from milk. I use a very tiny bit of cheese now and then, but not much. I do eat meat, but very little. I eat mostly chicken or fish if I'm going to eat meat, but every now and then I'll have a little beef too. But I am not a big meat eater. I get most of my protein either through plant-based proteins or using protein powders and having smoothies in the morning with some almond milk and fresh fruit. Or frozen fruit, even better, makes it more smooth and creamy. But yes, I did change my diet. Do I always eat a balanced diet meal? No. I mean, I have my cheat days. I have things that I eat that are outside of my diet, yes. And I don't like to consider myself ever on a diet. I more or less consider myself just someone who likes to eat properly. It's portion control that's really helping me the most. It's not as much what I eat, it's how much I eat of it, and do I get up and move after I've eaten? Yes. Do not put yourself on couch lock. Do not put yourself in a realm where you're not moving. You need to move, even if it's just walking. If you don't think you have it in you to hoop today, then don't hoop. Walk. If you don't have it in you to walk, then sit on the floor and do some leg lifts. You know what I mean? Find a way to put movement in your life every day, because consistent movement every day will take the pounds away. And that's the truth. I love my infinity hoop. Like I said, I lost 100 pounds with that hoop and a sensible diet before I ever started really getting intense with the workouts. I'm talking it was 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I skipped out on 1 or 2 meals a day and replaced them with a salad or a smoothie. That's what I did. I got rid of pasta, refined sugar, dairy milk, carbohydrates. I try to cut way back on those. I shop the perimeter of the store. If you stay out of the central aisles of the grocery store where all the processed and ready-made foods are, you got a safer bet of getting whole foods that are going to be good for your body and help you to maintain or lose weight. So shop the perimeter of the store. The food's fresher on the outside. Once you go towards the inside, it's processed. Yes, full of calories and empty calories. That's all they are. I also find that if I avoid things that are white in the store, I tend to do better with my weight. Milk, rice, pasta, potatoes. Those are big, bad things for diets. Get rid of those white things. Get rid of those white things and you'll do better. I've just had a lot of people asking me for advice. How have I done it? You've lost so much weight. How have you done it, especially at your age? You're 58 years old. You're post-menopause, post-cancer, 4 C-sections. How are you losing weight at your age? Consistency. That's what it takes. You got to be consistent. I use my hoop every day, at least 5 days a week, sometimes 7. You know, I don't look at my hooping as fitness or punishment or a chore that I have to do. I'm never like, oh, I got to hoop. It's not like that for me. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's like dancing for a little bit. And you know what? If you don't have 30 minutes gumption in you to rotate that hip for 30 minutes, do it for 15. Do 2 15-minute sessions throughout your day. Do 3 10-minute sessions throughout your day. Break it up. Doesn't matter, just so long as you're getting the movement in. All right, guys. So I'm going to be getting on a plane in 2 days and flying back to Colorado to pack up my apartment and my husband and my dog and move back to the state of Indiana. I have been vacationing in Indiana for the last 3 months. As your community advisor and junior manager here, I know that I haven't been as active in the community as I would like to be. I do come in every day and talk to every new person who's dropped any kind of comment. And I do try to comment on anyone who's come in. But I have noticed there's not a lot of flowing conversation in here. And I don't know if that'll pick up once I get back into my regular realm and I'm not on vacation and I'm in there more. But I hope you all start talking to each other more. Start giving each other tips. Start exchanging recipes. Start exchanging workout plans. Start exchanging what's working for you, what's not working for you. Try to get some advice. Make some friends. Get some support. Have some accountability. Because that's what this community is all about, and that's what it's for. And I want to help you become the best version of yourself that you possibly can. So, in a couple of days, I leave for Colorado. Then I got to do a mass packing of my apartment and then move out here. But once I get moved out here, which should be approximately October 1st, I'll be here every day, and I'll be here to get these conversations flying around because I want to see people talking. I want to learn about you all. We have so many members in this community, but very few of you say anything. Talk to me. Who are you? What are you about? Why are you here? Get your hoop on.